I know you
like a month. I'm rusty.
You go a month and then you start losing.
What's going on, everybody? It's Friday night. Today is what's the day, Mike? The 18th, 17th?
Yeah, 17.
17. We got
My
Ted.
goodness.
Ted is under me. We got Mike and George.
Listen here, folks. We'll pull the plug out of his arm. There's no more apple juice flowing right at the moment.
Mike,
detox.
Not yet.
Detox. Code detox right now. Don't. Folks, let me explain something. When I get into the room and he goes, "Hey guys, what do you think? Pixel have 4XL or S20 regular?" You know, everybody.
But Will can buy whatever he wants now. He's already won the bet. That's right.
Now wait a minute. What are you going to do with all your blue bubble friends from school?
That's the problem.
So why bother? Guarantee.
No. Will, you do what I do? You carry one of each. That's all.
He doesn't want all these lines, George.
George, wait! You missed Mike's announcement.
I'm gonna cut one of the lines.
There you go.
Actually, it's not going away, and I'm still saving Will's butt here because I'm actually my son's girlfriend. I'm going to give her the line.
Okay, so now you're going to be down to 2 lines.
I'm going to be down to 3 lines.
3 lines.
Mike,
okay.
Listen, Mike, for you, right? I got Mike. That's 8523, right? Then I got 5773, and I got 6868, and I think I have another one, but I don't know where it is.
1740.
Something, yeah, probably.
That one's going to be going away. I'll email you guys and let you know.
Yeah, I got to trim down my list of phone numbers.
Yeah,
I've only got 2. I'm good.
Okay. Well,
George,
we're going. I've been nice to you, George. You didn't get all 4,000 phone numbers.
Thank you. I appreciate it. But before we go any further, let's say hello to Nigel. Was way earlier than everybody else.
Won today.
And then 6 was right behind him. Say, hey, Max, how you doing?
How you doing, Max?
Ellie J, glad to have you here. Alan is in here from Phone Tech at Work. So glad you all joined us.
And Nigel, thank you.
So, George, you came in a little late there. You good? Everything fine?
Yeah, I was running
George is working out.
I worked out kind of early today. I did 17 and a half miles, but I went over by Eleanor, and I ended up watching the preacher that we watch over there. So I came home a little later. Then I ate dinner.
Okay.
So.
All right. Hey, George, any chance you Enterprise coming back? I know that was one of your other loves you like to do, driving and all.
Supposedly, we're still employees. We're on furlough. We're employees at least until September sometime. So,
okay. All right.
So supposedly, I think this month or next month we'll be back, as far as I know.
My friend who works for Enterprise, he got laid off. Enterprise let him go.
Oh no, us, all of us part-time drivers are still technical
that's
employees.
Good. That's cool.
Yeah. So I'm happy, and I've been, of course, it took me weeks to get all my license and registration and my insurance done all over again. You wouldn't believe the amount of difference. My car, from moving to Florida to here, I saved almost $300 a year on the car insurance. And on the motorcycle insurance, I saved over $200 every 6 months just by moving back to Tennessee. That's how much cheaper it is than Florida.
Imagine if you switched to Geico.
I had Geico before I had Progressive, and when I went to Florida, Geico was more expensive than Progressive. Especially for my motorcycle.
In April, and I saved a lot of money.
Yeah, I switched to Geico from Progressive back in 2010 or 11, but then Geico got more expensive when I moved to Florida.
Yeah. Alan's asking you moved from Florida or in a comment. So
I moved from Florida, Alan. I moved here on June 3rd. So
yeah.
All right. For those of you who don't know, the lady who was my ex-girlfriend from way, way back, she got cancer, stage 4, and died within 3 months of the time I got there. So that's why I'm back.
Yes, you rest in peace.
George is back. Yes, he is.
George is, yeah. Look, China knew couldn't let him go. That's all I got to say.
Exactly. That sure seems like it.
And Ted, I see your comment about not liking the LG GX8 front camera color science. What's that all about?
Oh, it's just
In the comments.
I think it's trying to like bronze in my skin or something.
Or,
It's
is
like-
that what you're on right now?
Yeah.
So the color issue is only with skin, not with anything else, or
I mean, the most problematic is skin. It's like I'm trying to go. It's like I have a bronzer on or something. It's like
I would say that
it's like a
you're
glow.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, the picture quality isn't all that great. I thought maybe you're having internet issues, but so it's the front camera, huh? But don't do nothing. I was just saying. I was so surprised.
Yeah. It's just a front camera. I'm on the mobile. I'm on the phone.
No, you're definitely mobile. That's for sure.
Yeah, I see they took what's it called? I guess the mobile streaming for this thing is out of beta. Wasn't it in beta when we started using it? When I got back on, it popped up and said that you can stream on your phone.
So
hold on, I'm posting in the Telegram for Jerome.
Okay. Yeah,
That
Jerome.
can't be the one. Is that the one for real?
What's
That's
that?
crazy. The P40.
The P40 Pro.
That's crazy.
Oh God, I'm looking at it now on the YouTube. Oh, it's horrible. Jesus.
What? The color?
oh,
The
it looks
video
fine here.
The video quality.
Okay, so I'm looking at it on YouTube through my phone.
Hey, talk about George. You're
Alan is crazy.
you're pretty sharp there. I mean, you're definitely your internet connection is really good today.
It
was good last week.
Yeah, it's a lot better since I got that extender. The extender seems to work. I got one for Eleanor too. Hers is a lot better too. So. And Ted, you're right. I'm looking at my phone, looking at you, and I'm looking at the screen, and they're very different colors.
Yeah.
Well, you look good on StreamYard.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. On StreamYard, it looked fantastic. And it's when I go on YouTube, I'm like, oh.
I wouldn't go that far.
Don't talk about it. You might have issues again.
So it's been a quiet week, has it not been, Will?
Yeah, except for the Twitter thing the other day.
Oh that was pretty amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And we don't even have that story, do we?
Nah, I missed all of it. I caught it like at the end. I think when it was over, I seen everybody like, "Oh, Twitter got hacked." I was like, I don't even know what y'all were talking about.
But I'm hearing all kinds of conflicting stories. One place I watched, somebody's back, I can't remember who. They said there was a few $100,000 that they had
$120,000.
But then I listened to Roberto Blake, and he sounded like they ended up getting a few $1 million. So I don't know how much these crooks got, but they got some money, that's for sure.
Dang, I wish they were my friends.
I don't wish any criminals. I don't want any criminals for friends. Thank you very much.
I'll take a couple of them.
If you
got away with it.
If you've ever had criminal friends, I guarantee you the fighting will start. Trust me, I know.
What's the crime? The crime is hacking Twitter.
The crime is ripping off people from their money. Is not a crime in your eyes?
Yeah.
Stealing money from people.
It's like if I give you a cookie, you give me a cookie, I give you 2 cookies. Come on. You know what they say? A fool and their money will quickly be separated.
Well, I don't like to see people taken advantage of.
Weren't they going after people of
rich
people? Yeah. Prominent. That's a good word too. Yeah.
It's not like old people were like, oh,
yeah, right?
It's a good deal. Let me give them my Bitcoin.
Yeah. Wait a minute. They were going after the rich people, using them to draw the money in, but the money they took, I'm sure that came from just everyday people. That's the problem. They didn't take this money from rich people. They used the rich people's accounts to get the money. All their posts said, if you send me such and such in Bitcoin, I will send you double back.
Yeah.
But that was the rich people saying, send it to me. Well, they didn't send those tweets out. So that money came from everyday people. And
everyday people with Bitcoin.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a lot of them, I gather.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'm just saying they probably did take advantage of a vulnerable class of people.
I think they did. Well, the guy who I watch almost every day, who's into Bitcoin big time, he's even been on television. He thought a lot of people got ripped off, and he's kind of a Bitcoin expert. So.
Hey, what did Max Tech Studios say? They did Apple's account.
Yeah, they even did Apple's account. They did
Apple's account before.
Obama's account. They did Elon Musk. They did a lot of big shots.
Yeah.
Except the president's, because his account is locked down under lock and key.
I'm sure it's probably locked down by the Secret Service. You probably can't get to it because of the Secret Service. I'm sure when Obama was president, you probably couldn't have gotten to his then, but somebody got to it this time.
Didn't get to George though, right? George, you're good, right?
I don't do Bitcoin. I learned my whole lesson with the whole stock market stuff back in the 80s and 90s. I learned a long time ago, and I learned the hard way, like most people. But most people never realize is that the stock market is nothing but a Vegas gambling game. and that's exactly what anybody who plays the stock market for real will tell you. It's all a gambling game. I learned I don't gamble anymore. That's all.
Man, and to think people tell us to invest in stocks.
Dang.
Oh yeah, as long as you're willing to take the risk.
Wait a minute. News break. I can see Will. Something's going on.
I'm looking.
Yeah. Folks, if you're just coming in late, Will's going detoxing from apple juice right now.
I'm not.
Mike is all pumped up about this.
I am.
Mike is ready. Winning a cheeseburger.
I can't believe this. I really can't.
You should explain to the people the conversation that you and Will had.
Okay, yeah, go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, but you know what, George, he did this for the burger. I want to point this out to you. He probably would have came off the apple juice if there wasn't a burger involved.
But he's already won.
And he's a little sore from losing.
I won the bet.
Yeah, he won the bet. Okay,
which phones are you thinking about buying, Will?
I asked Mike and Ted. I said the S20, the regular one, or the Pixel 4. And I told Mike. I said, you know how I am, Mike.
Yeah.
No, I said get an Xperia 1 Mark II. That's what
I would recommend the S20. I love.
I'm not touching that Xperia, whatever you just said.
I love the S20.
What are they not touching?
Nah.
Yeah, but
get something with 4K.
He's going to pixel it.
4K.
He's going to take it.
I know, Mike.
Enjoy.
I agree. Will, you should always go with the Pixel because you love the Pixel.
I found the orange one here. That's what I'm looking at. They got an orange one that's 120.
Aren't you glad you did? Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna get rid of the iPhone though. But.
Oh no, I know. You're just gonna have all your blue bubble friends get a little annoyed.
That's right. You told me
before.
The messaging sucks on Android. That's the problem.
And that's the thing I can't get over it because you told me all your classmates. Because he's back in school, folks, and he's doing some college, and like all his kibitzing with his school people, are through the iPhone. I myself I gave my iPhone number out to the roofing company, and sure enough, they all came back with a blue bubble when we were texting.
Okay,
so.
All right, Max and Ted, what the heck is stonks?
What?
I'm reading what Max and Ted put down.
It's when you make a good stock trade, or you're in on some good stock info.
Oh, okay.
Stocks. You make some stocks. Okay.
That's a new one on me. Okay. I'm learning. I learn from younger people.
So,
right.
do you want to attack the first story there, Mr. Will?
Yeah, I guess we got in order.
Are we going in order?
I've got it shared.
Story should be. George got it. Which one is this one, George? Let's see.
We're going to the Google Meet.
The Google Meet.
I was about to say, what is all that? Yeah, it's in order. All right.
You get the ads now.
All right, Will, you going to read it?
They know that people are doing this stuff.
Google Meet ads. Google Meet adds Zoom bombing protections for online classes. Anonymous users to be blocked from educational meetings. Google is turning on new security features in its Google Meet video chat service for meetings held by education subscribers, the company has announced. The changes, which are due to go into effect over the next 15 days, will mean that the anonymous users won't be able to join meetings organized by G Suite for Education or G Suite Enterprise for Education subscribers. An anonymous user is anyone not signed into a Google account, the company says. The new features appear to be designed to prevent Zoom bombing, where unauthorized users connect to meetings and disrupt them by broadcasting shock videos or hurling insults. ZDNet notes that as school lessons have moved online due to the pandemic, some students have shared links to their classmates and have asked pranksters to disrupt them in the hope that they'll be allowed to leave early. Kids are crazy. Google isn't the only company that's had to deal with this problem. Zoom, where the phrase Zoom bombing comes from, has introduced a range of new security and privacy improvements to try and increase security and bring an end to the practice. With its recent 5.0 update, for example, it let users quickly lock meetings, remove participants, and restrict sharing. And it has turned passwords on by default for most customers to restrict who can access their meetings. In its announcement, Google says that the new security settings will be turned on by default for education customers, and that the only way to turn them off is to contact G Suite support directly.
That sounds like a pretty good idea to me.
I think they're like late. They should have did that a while ago.
Yeah, they definitely are late.
And that's the other thing. Again, Google late to the party as always. And what kind of phone? What was that phone you want to get? Oh, Google Pixel.
He doesn't stop. He doesn't stop.
Mike is rough.
No, man.
Rough.
That's all I heard. This is great. How do you get your screen so clear? Folders. Mm-hmm.
What?
Remember, you were like, because you said I got all this stuff all over the place.
Well, nah, but see, my screen is good now on the iPhone. But you know me, I always like to. My screen is good now. I do like that widget too with the battery.
Yeah.
George, you're not on the beta, are you?
On the beta, what? Yes, I'm on
the iPhone.
Wait, on the iPhone, did you do the beta? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I even did a video on.
There you go. Everybody go.
Wait a minute. Check out phone. First off, check out Max. Max saying he's new channel name. And Alan there, Phone Tech at Work, he's dropping a little subtle hint.
Something's coming. Yeah, I think the 4A might finally.
Yeah. Well, you might call that something old rather than something new at this point.
By the time it comes out. George, how's the S20's battery?
Battery's excellent, and boy, does that phone charge! I mean, this phone charges fast. I'm always amazed, with a wire charger. I'm always amazed at how fast this thing charges. But yeah, the battery is very good.
See, George, I can't help myself but to think about you're saying how amazed you're amazed about how fast it charges. It only took another company to inspire another company to come out.
That's probably true.
I mean,
that's probably true.
The OnePlus is the two I've owned. They were incredible. They were definitely put them on there, go shower, make coffee, and come back, and they're ready to go.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. OnePlus led the industry, and that's for sure, and for a few years too. So can't knock them there.
No.
But yeah, I would highly recommend the S20.
The S20.
All right, I've got the next story shared whenever
All right.
Hold on.
Who's taking this one?
Let me see. Ho. Yeah, I didn't get to see this video.
Oh, I watched the whole video. It was pretty good.
Was it?
Yeah, and Karl Pay was very straight up.
Yeah.
I thought so.
I'll take it because
the Nord isn't even coming to the U.S., right?
The rumor right now is that it's not. I'll be shocked if it doesn't come at some point.
No, I don't think it is.
See, wait a minute. I can't believe it. Well, I can believe it, but how can I say this? it reaffirms my belief that Android, as I said before, is in trouble here in the United States, because here's a company, they first were going global. Right. Now they're only targeting their strongholds. I mean, obviously, I knew we all know it's going to be.
You know why, Mike?
No, you're missing.
I don't think the OnePlus 8 sold.
You're missing what they're targeting. Everybody is targeting India. Because if you want to make a lot of money now, they're trying to make it a stronghold, because India is the second biggest market in the world.
OnePlus already was in India. They were big in India, but then they tried.
Big by Huawei sells more phones in India than they do. Apple sells more phones in India than they do. Samsung sells more phones in India than they do. So I can see why they're targeting India. You know, everybody's targeting India. You know, you want to make a lot of money, you go China first, India second, United States third. So that's just how it is. Yeah. All right, so this is on 95 right. Google.
I'll take it. I'm not even watching the screen. I'm just going to start reading here.
Okay.
The title goes OnePlus Nord. Where the hell you come up with a name like that? I'm sorry.
Because it means true north.
I think you're used to it by now.
It's something about true north, Mike.
Okay, we got the velvet, so we get the Nord. All right, I got it. OnePlus Nord design revealed as Karl Pay talks cost buds shown too. So he's got the new buds in his ear. All right.
Yes, he does. They never talk about it, but yes, he's wearing them.
The OnePlus Nord won't be fully revealed until an event next week, but an interview by MKBHD this week, Karl Pay isn't holding back. Here's the first look at the OnePlus Nord design in the flesh, and the company's truly wireless earbuds too. With its new mid-ranger, the first that's been released in a few years, OnePlus isn't straying away too far from the path laid by its flagships. It's clearly inspired in the one. I can talk today. Really, there's clear inspiration in the OnePlus Nord, taken from the design of the 8 series, such as the curved sides, single strip of cameras, and even the bluish color too. It feels familiar, but also new.
He's right.
Pay also brought some prototypes to show off his idea. OnePlus had, while settling on the design of the Nord, the first of its prototypes looked eerily like an iPhone.
Sure, it's right here, and it does. It did. You know.
So, he showed the squares.
Yep.
I see. Okay,
and that wasn't something that MKBHD brought up. Karl Pay brought that up.
Wow. The first prototypes look eerily like an iPhone, specifically the rumored iPhone 12's design. Excuse me. Another was a two-tone look, much like the older Pixels. Pay says that the OnePlus changed the design very late in the game, delaying the entire launch roughly by a month. Ideally, the design would have been finished 9 months before the launch, but in this case, that timeline was only 6.
And that was specifically asked by Marquez, and he said, when does the phone have to be done typically? And Karl Pay said 9 months, but since they changed the design so much, he said this one we did in 6 months.
How do you manage to pull that off in the middle of a pandemic?
But they did well. If you were following them on Instagram and Twitter, they actually showed a couple of short videos where they were arguing about whether or not it could be done in 6 months. I remember 2 of them.
Well, beyond the design, the design, though, this interview tells a lot about what goes on behind the scenes with making a mid-range phone. I'm sorry. Comments just came through my head. The conversation is mainly about costs and what decisions are made to hit the lower but still unknown price of the OnePlus Nord. At first discussion, there is regarding NFC. That's been a point of contention for OnePlus in the past. Looking back to the OnePlus 2, NFC was dropped to save costs. The actual cost of the needed parts for NFC, though, is just $4 on the bill of materials. Of course, that cost is heightened and is passed on to the consumer, but still not a huge cost. IP certification is another area discussion, and it is that is isn't particularly cheap. The cost of actually waterproofing the phone is low, but the biggest cost, according to Pay, is the machinery needed to test for IP rating, manpower too.
That surprised me, because according to what he told him, the big cost in making a phone with the IP rating is the machines you have to specifically buy to make the IP rating stick, and the people you have to hire with those machines. So it was interesting.
Manpower too increases the cost of
Achieving.
Thank you. This rating. Pay says it would cost around $15 a phone to add IP rating. So the Nord doesn't have one, but it's still some of the seals needed to prevent water damage. So they do have some waterproofing going on.
Right. It's waterproof, but it's not technically IP rated.
So all these phones could have waterproofing.
Well, this
exactly. Even this TCL10, it's not, doesn't have any IP rating, but it'll take drops of water. So yeah, they've got the seals in there.
In the battery department, OnePlus has a number of things to think about outside of just the capacity. Pay explains the battery is standard, but the power brick is a higher cost than average, because much of the hardware is in the power brick, not the phone. And they've been doing that way for a while.
Yeah, but that surprised me too. That it seemed like the real tech is in the brick, not the phone.
Yes, and there is a bit of software. I've known that for a while. That's why the brick looks so different, and also I think that's why the brick charges the way it does for OnePlus and charges differently for another if you used it on another phone.
That's true.
Pay says that when it comes to displays, AMOLED is twice as expensive as LCD, making it the biggest choice. There's are also factors to decide on, such as whether or not will be a curve as it adds costs, as well as refresh rate too. Apparently, the price on a 90 hertz panel has come down, but still has been a high cost in the OnePlus Nord design. What about headphone jack? Bill of materials isn't high, but it does affect the inside of the devices, as we heard in so many times before. Speaking of headphones, throughout the interview, Pay is wearing a pair of truly wireless earbuds, which are undoubtedly the upcoming OnePlus Buds. Apparently, they come in blue. And there we go. That's pretty much the story.
Yeah. The thing about the headphone jack, it was as if MKBHD was trying to nail him down about headphone jack versus the space for battery, and Pay answered him, but he seemed like he was kind of avoiding.
Coy is a good word.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because he did answer him, and he did say, well, yes, if you leave out the headphone jack, it does make more room for battery, but he was kind of evasive about it, I thought.
Bad news, Gary Brown. I'm just reading the story, dude, okay? I'm not there's not a... No, there is a OnePlus phone. That's downstairs. Shit. Oh, I'm sorry. Anyway.
There's a OnePlus phone here, too, so don't feel bad.
Okay. Anyway. Look, I left it downstairs, Gary. All right, I'm not here to shove it in your face. How's that?
And mine is behind my green screen, so you won't see it.
The dumb plus. Gary hates one.
No, yeah, he's going to say that. Yeah.
But yeah, George, I just think that their whole strategy of raising the price, I don't think it worked out too good here. So now they're like doubling down, trying.
I don't think so.
Circle back.
I think going forward, they're going to have two tiers. They're going to have the expensive tier and the cheap tier, just like Samsung. That's my guess.
Yeah, because the thing is, like the pricing for the OnePlus Pro 8 worked well in the US, but India is not going to.
You think it worked well here? I don't think they sold too many phones.
I think it worked well here too. But I agree, they're making this phone because of India. They want to make a lot of money in India, and you're not going to sell those expensive phones in India.
Yeah,
the only expensive phone you're going to sell in India is an Apple phone.
The Indians is a savvy shopper. The only reason why Indians even bother with Apple is because of the status symbol.
It's a status thing, but Apple is the one expensive phone that you will get people to buy. Now they won't buy them as much as they'll buy the cheaper Samsung phones or the Xiaomi's, and probably not the OnePluses either.
Yeah,
but OnePlus wants to make money in India. They can't put that expensive phone in there. It's not going to work.
They can't leave that money on the table.
Exactly. So I am still hopeful that it'll come for. I want that phone so bad. I'm not. I don't think I'm going to buy it if they don't do it in American release.
Yeah,
I'll just be satisfied with my Pixel 4, I guess, someday.
Yeah, someday. Is it ever coming here?
I need my Pixel 4a.
It's not for you guys.
So
I don't think it's coming.
What, here in the States?
Yeah, no. I don't think it's coming.
No, I think this is. Don't forget, OnePlus's main competitor, I think, is Vivo and Xiaomi.
Yeah,
Vivo and Xiaomi. That's true.
And Mizu, you don't hear about Mizu anymore. Are they still around, or at least are they? Is that another company?
Mizu seems to be doing better with making chips, I think, at this point than they are.
Mizu makes their own chips.
Yeah, they make some chips.
I did not know that.
But
I have not heard about them.
But you're right. You don't hear about them at all anymore. That's true.
I only hear about the accessories.
I saw an article talk about chips. I saw an article that Samsung is in talks with Huawei to make chips for their phones.
Oh, okay.
Because Kirin chip.
That's right, because Huawei can't make their chips without American parts. That's true.
Yeah, that's what I saw that somewhere. I didn't get a chance to grab that article, but
that's such a shame because who makes the best chips in the world that are the only ones on the same level as Qualcomm? Well, Huawei does, but they won't be doing it for a while, I guess.
I'm gonna.
So, Will, have you ordered your Pixel?
No, I'm laughing at Gary.
We're looking at Gary's comment.
Oh no. Oh no.
In a subpocket. You can say what you want. Okay. Never mind. I won't say anything. I took a picture with my OnePlus 7 Pro the other night. Everybody loved that picture. I guess everybody except Gary, of course.
If Gary seen it, he would have said it was nice, but he would
have said it was terrible.
He would have said the Pixel would have did it better. That's all.
Well, that's true. That's true. Anybody hear about that? Who was it? It's got the new Android TV stick. Was it Xiaomi? That just came out with the new TV? No, it just came out. TK Bay had it yesterday. It looked pretty good. It's like a Fire Stick, only based in Android TV.
Okay.
So I'll be thinking about getting.
Oh,
that.
wait a minute! I think this must have been last week. I'm all mixed up.
Okay. Well, I just saw the video.
George and Mike, y'all use YouTube TV, right?
Yeah.
What are y'all doing?
What do you mean? What are we doing?
For $70, you're keeping it?
I'm keeping it. I have no choice in the matter. Wish Pat was on. She would tell you what she thinks.
Because I love it, and I think it's worth every cent of it.
$70.
It's not $70. It's $66. And
$66, $70.
And it doesn't kick in for us old users until July 31st.
What's the benefit of it again? Like, is it just TV?
Well, it's TV,
It
but
was. You know what the benefit of it was?
unlimited
Ted,
DVR.
when it started, the benefit was it was $30 or $35. Now it's double.
Cutting the cord isn't what it used to be. That everybody called on. That's the
But of
problem.
course, if you like sports, well, it has more sports than anybody else. Period.
Who's playing sports now?
You know, a lot.
Sorry.
I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about always.
Yeah.
But they have more sports channels than anybody by a lot.
If I was a YouTube TV person, though, like Mike, I would be mad because they're doubling the price because they bought Viacom channels. What if you don't even like this?
Exactly. That's what I said.
If you don't like it, you're paying for what?
Oh yeah, Eleanor was upset about it.
Give it time though. There's going to be a competitor going to come out with something that has unlimited DVR and give you a la carte.
Yeah, but
and that's
Mike,
what
you think that their thing that's making it worth it is the DVR?
No. The DVR is great, but you're absolutely right. It's because that Viacom deal. That's why the price went up.
But that's what I'm saying. You might be able to. I don't know. I'm just wondering how much would cable cost you now compared to that. You know what I mean? Getting a base package with cable might be cheaper, and you end up with more channels.
I can tell you when Eleanor and I dropped the local TV, and we had cable TV. You know, we had cable TV and internet and phone, and she got rid of the phone. But when we dropped the cable to YouTube TV, I was paying almost $100 less day one. So even at $66, that's still like $60-something less than what cable was charging me just for the TV alone.
Yeah, I guess I don't know.
I'm Will, trust me. When I heard the price change, I'm like, honey, and she goes, no. So I don't have a choice on this, and I know for her, it's the channel selection plus the DVR capabilities.
And it depends on the person, because when last week Eleanor and I were talking about, because she has YouTube TV too, and she said she may go back to cable. Who knows? Mm-hmm. That'll be up to her.
I don't know. I'm sure cable's got some kind of competitive package that's close.
Oh, don't worry, it's out there.
You see, look what Gary said. You can get cable and what's the name for about $140. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're paying $70. Well, it's not $70, $65 for 66.
But between that $66 and internet, I can beat $140 price easily. You know. So
yeah, I don't know. See, for me, the internet isn't cheap. Like I would end up paying. I don't even know what I would pay just for internet, but it would be a lot. It wouldn't be. I wouldn't be paying. You know what I mean? It would be if I got YouTube TV for $66 and added the internet, I'd be probably paying the same thing that Gary's talking about. Okay, so when I get cable, I would have more channels.
When I dropped the TV, when I was still with Ellen, when I dropped the TV, the internet, I can tell you, cost me $57 a month. Period. Because we dropped the TV and the phone, so the only thing I was paying from then on was cable. Well, that was $57 a month every month. So Mike, 57 plus 66 is still cheaper than $140 a month.
Mike, your option for TV is what? Is Verizon and Comcast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. You should look.
Yeah, I would look.
If I was you, I would look, because that's a lot of money to not, you know.
But I think YouTube TV is worth every cent. But that's just to me, you know.
I'm sticking with it for now.
Look at Ellie's comment.
She said our cable choices up here are crazy expensive. Don't include everything.
Now, 125, I can see. The 200, that sounds like way too much.
Yeah, my cable is ridiculous too, but.
Well, yeah, if you're like most cable places around the country, they are exclusive. You can't get anybody but them, so they lock you in. You know.
Yeah. I was shocked when I heard they raised the price that much. Wow, YouTube, Google was like, whatever. They know they got you.
Yeah, but they got you on the. I say on the pandemic too. I think.
Yeah, I'm thinking after the pandemic, with all the choice that's coming around, my guess is that price will end up dropping some.
Nah, they're not lowering that price because they got to pay Viacom, right?
George, it's got to be a competitor. Got to be somebody.
No, I'm saying with the competition, yeah. And I agree with Will. The competition may come along, but I'm thinking they may be forced to drop it at some point. We'll see.
Yeah, if anything, the price is going to go up.
I've got the next story up. I keep thinking about getting these, and I keep not doing it.
What's that? Oh,
Are
they available? Are they available even?
Yes, they're available now. I checked the other day. Yes, they are available. My problem is, are they better than these Samsung buds?
Yeah, hey, I got them too. I got them too. I got them because when Pat got her Note 10 Plus, I like them. They are nice.
Do you have the Buds or the Buds Plus?
No, I got the Buds. Yeah, I got the Buds.
I have the Buds Plus. So.
What's the Plus
Mike,
do?
You got to get the Buds Plus. They're better.
What do they do?
They fix whatever issues the first ones had. These ones fixed it. Everybody said the call quality.
Everything. Yeah, they say the call quality is way better. That's
is it? Yeah.
Yeah. So and these are by far the best buds. Now, of course, these are the most expensive buds I've bought, but they're by far the best I've ever had. They're better than my X65Ts. So, and they're better than my AirPods, which I only have the original. Okay, whenever you guys are ready. Who's taking this one? Ted, you or?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
All right. Pixel Buds picking up new features in addition to audio cutout fixes next month. Google's second-generation assistant headphones went on sale in 9 countries today as part of an international launch. Next month, we'll see more colors become available as a feature drop level update for Pixel Buds that adds new features and fixes audio cutouts. Not counting a day one out of the box upgrades, there have been 2 firmware releases since the launch of the Pixel Buds. The first did not introduce any notable changes, while the latest one addressed audio hissing. Besides patches, Google plans on introducing new helpful features over time for its assistant headphones that are analogous to Pixel phone feature drops. The first major update is set for late August, though Google wearable head Sandeep Warach did not specify what functionality is coming in an interview with Forbes. Our next release will have a combination of new features, and then we'll also have performance improvements in terms of more stability coming into the product.
That's as vague as it gets, isn't it?
Yeah. We previously spotted work on attention alerts that would detect smoke alarms, barking, and crying. iPhones also do that. Yep. While Google previously said that headphones will appear in Find My Device app. Meanwhile, the company last committed to implementing the following Pixel Bud fixes: decreased instances of phone call cutouts, improved auto recovery on one or both earbuds lose connection, improved media playback stability. Warech pins the primary issue of audio cutouts to the nature of Bluetooth and the physical design of true wireless earbuds, constraining antenna side. That said, he does acknowledge corner cases, and Google is planning to address them. It could be corner cases where just certain things could trigger the bugs to crash. Those are few and far, maybe 1 out of 10,000 cases or once every 100,000 cases. But when it starts to kind of mount, we want to make sure that we are fixing all those issues where either memory overrun happens or any of the race conditions, and then the system could crash. However, Google, citing feedback and analytics, believes that the vast majority of Pixelbook owners are not facing any problems. The company sent out a survey last month and asked customers to identify any issues.
Yeah, from some of the other videos I've seen on the old buds, the call dropping, I guess, was a big issue. But he says they're fixing 2 major things in August. So even if you buy the buds now, my guess is you might still have issues until the new thing
still gonna drop calls.
Again, that's my guess.
Again, another product Google puts out, it's not even, it's half baked.
That's the thing. I've been looking at these Pixel Buds for
George.
like the old ones and new ones, and I keep not buying them. And now I'm probably going to buy the OnePlus.
Mhm.
Get one more for audio. Buy audio tech from an audio company. Yes.
Okay.
Pigeonhole it. One
Okay.
more. Yeah, that's a good. I have spoken.
Okay. TED Talks.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but no, seriously, like I think
George,
Pixel
don't
line
do
is
it, George. They're
is
not-
dying. Google is slowly
They're
killing
not.
itself.
They're not comfortable, George.
Oh,
How do you know that
what
already?
just happened?
I had them
Just lost
already.
audio.
No, I'm talking. Oh, I thought you meant the OnePlus. No, I'm
No.
probably not going to get the
Pixel
Pixel.
buds, they're not comfortable.
Yeah, but
No,
you
they're
but
not.
you haven't had the new ones either, right?
Yeah, the new ones, they're not comfortable.
Okay.
They're not comfortable.
Yeah, I'm not expecting to get them. You know.
Ted, you might be right, Ted. They might Pixel, like Mike said, they are in trouble. Maybe I'll go with the Samsung, but I don't know. I'm a hater.
I would
No,
highly
you-
recommend this.
Mike, what does Pat have? A 10?
10 plus.
Yeah.
But you won't work. It won't work on visible.
Yeah, it will. The S20, the S20 will.
Will, right.
The 10,
Okay.
the S10e works on visible.
But wait a minute, Will get see we're going back to his detox situation. Will,
What?
wait, Will.
But he's
the
already
problem
got his
is-
burger.
yeah, I know. He hasn't gotten it yet. You know,
Mike's holding out on me, George, for this burger. You know you can't sit down and eat at Five
Mike-
Guys.
Mike,
Yeah.
you can't.
is that
choose
where you
I'm
want
gonna get this
Five Guys?
burger until 2021. We'll
You
be
can't
deep
sit
into
down
it.
and
We'll
eat
be
at You can't
No,
sit down
all
and
right.
eat at Five Guys.
no. They took all the tables. They moved them
Oh,
off.
Did they
You
move him?
can't-
Did they get rid of him?
You can hear.
Nah, the one here you can't. The last time I drove by there, you can't eat in.
Well, I haven't driven by this one.
Well, now, did they put tables outside? Will?
I don't think so. Not the one here. There's really nowhere to put the tables.
Yeah, that's what I've seen in other places around the country where you can't eat inside. You
They
can eat
fixed the
outside.
problems. I might have to pick up a pair, but I want the black ones this time. Oh, so see, Gary, I think Gary might have had them already because he said if they fix the problems. I don't know. I know Samsung is not going to update. Well, they say they are, right?
Update what?
To the next, whatever the next thing is. Android, whatever. What's the next one? What number are they on?
11.
Oh, 11.
Well, yeah.
No, 11's
Oh, well,
coming.
matter of fact, the S20 is on 10, right?
Yes, but it's going to go on 11.
Yeah. When 12 comes.
No, Samsung's been really killing it lately with the updates. I got to give
The
them credit.
update's been pretty good, but
They've been coming through.
I don't know. I think you get a longer service from a Pixel.
That's true.
Probably is my guess.
Yeah.
Longer service, but the phone will be dead more often.
Oh,
You've been influenced by Gary too much.
Huh? Well, nah, Gary, Gary says his gets,
oh. By the way,
gets great battery.
who amongst you guys have had an iPhone 6 or the 6S?
I had.
Oh,
the
listen, they
had the
owe me
6
some
Plus
money, but I
way
got to
back.
figure
Yeah.
out where do I sign up at. They owe me
Yeah.
probably like $80.
Oh my God!
$100.
For $25.
Yeah,
Listen, I've had-
$25 and $25.
I bought like 3 iPhones that were affected with that thing, so they owe me some money.
Yeah, I had this.
I'll get my money. I'll get my 75. I'm not turning my nose up at $75.
I'm not sure if it was per device, but yeah, go ahead.
It's better be per device. You pay for them, you know what I mean? They got to pay me per phone.
Yeah, for you it'd be $75, wouldn't it, Will?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Now we're talking worth it.
Even for 25, I'll take it and put gas in my tank.
You see, Gary
I'll
said
take
his
whatever they say.
Pixel was on Android 11 already.
$75 and a burger.
75 and a burger, right?
There you
Apple's
go.
not giving
There
me
you
a burger.
go.
Mm.
Apple's not buying me the burger, Mike. We got to come up with another bet.
All right, so Will's got to find the place where you guys.
Well, you said $75 because you had 3 iPhones in that period.
Oh yeah, and I'll get a burger from you.
And you get a burger from me. So
is this like a punch card thing? Like when you buy a phone, you punch a card. After 5 phones, you get a burger.
I'll be winning. Nah, Mike bet me that I wouldn't. What did we bet, Mike? That I wouldn't.
That you would have been. You would have been.
Mike
yeah,
bet
you
that I wouldn't make it on Apple until July.
Be back on Android by July. That was the best.
And he had like an IV right here, apple juice that kept him on it. And the son of a gun, when that day came, I know, he's been talking about it. I knew this was coming.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, so I've got the next story up. So,
hold on, Joe. Okay, there we go.
Well, I guess this is your
There we
story.
go.
Okay. So 9 to 5 Mac.
Where we at? Which one is this?
Let me read this one. I got this.
Okay, go ahead, Ted. Go ahead.
Report: Apple faces nearly $1 billion penalty from Samsung.
Did you just do a doctor whatever? $1 billion. Okay.
And as I was reading this story, I said, didn't they go through this last year? And yes, they did.
Why make billions when you can make millions? But yeah, actually they did. It was 2 years ago. So
no, it was a year ago. That's all it was.
It was when Apple was ordering iPhone 10s to make up the deficit.
All right, well, read the story. I think it says so in here.
Apple has reportedly made another payment to Samsung for selling too few iPhones. Get that shit together. According to a new report from Display Supply Chain Consultants. Is this like a magazine you can subscribe to? Display Supply Chain Consultants?
No idea.
I'm not sure. Apple made a one-time payment of $950 million to Samsung for purchasing fewer OLED iPhone displays than required. Samsung noted in its Q2 guidance release that the operating profit of Q2 2020 included a one-time gain related to its display business, but did not include the amount. The Elect reported last month that Samsung received around $745 million from Apple, but today's report from DSCC cites unnamed sources and says that Apple made a payment of closer to $950 million. The Apple payment likely turned what otherwise would have been an operating loss for display devices into an operating profit. Revenue guidance was down 7% year-on-year for Samsung Display, while operating profit guidance was up to 23%, and which is much higher than analysts expected. If this situation sounds familiar, it's because something similar happened in Q2 of 2019.
I told you it was last year.
When Apple faced a penalty from Samsung for not buying OLED displays at the agreed level. As we reported at the time, it was unlikely that Apple settled the debt in cash, but rather awarded Samsung Display extra orders to the point where the profits equals the penalty due. Whether or not that is what happened this year is unclear.
But you can see what happened. So they didn't pay them in cash last year. They just put extra orders in. Well, now they're paying for it this year.
Apple has agreements with many of its suppliers to make a minimum purchase likely to achieve lower prices per unit. If Apple fails to hit that minimum purchase, contracts usually stipulate that a penalty will apply. This year, Apple's supply chain and demand were both affected by COVID-19, which could explain what led the company to order fewer OLED panels than it initially expected.
And the whole thing makes sense. When they didn't hit what they were supposed to order last year, it made sense rather than paying the money to say, okay, we'll give you extra orders for next year. How did they know COVID-19 was going to happen?
Damn.
They didn't.
Luckily, Apple.
Yeah, it would have been a good strategy if it wasn't for the pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah, they gotta pay. That's crazy.
Yep.
But they'll probably come out some kind of way to win. You know, Apple.
They'll probably make the next Apple Watch a little bit more. That's all.
You know what? That's probably why it's rumored that all of the iPhones will have OLED panels because they ordered too many.
They need to use them up. I agree.
They need to. Yeah, They're like, we're not giving Samsung any more money. We have to use all these OLED panels.
but in Apple's case now, they're trying to do this while they're trying to keep prices down for the phones too. So that's why
that's probably why they're removing the charging brick.
Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right.
It all comes down in circles.
Yeah. Will it go around in circles? Okay.
I don't know. The charging brick is not a big deal, though.
Wait. I got to get the next line out. Will it fly high like a bird up in the sky? Okay, I had to get that out.
Wow.
I've sung that song too many times in too many bands.
You're good now? You're good now?
Yeah, I'm good. I got my fix.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I don't know. So, George, you're
damn.
George, George, what are you using now?
For my daily drivers?
Yeah.
Right now,
we still hear you.
TCL 10 Pro has my main line. Galaxy S20 has my second line, and my Moto G stylus.
Put the iPhone down.
Yeah, here's the iPhone right here.
Yeah, George is a green bubble.
Pushed aside.
George is a green bubble.
You know what made me put the iPhone down?
What's that?
TCL 10 Pro.
No, contact tracing. I took my SIM out of that phone as soon as they updated the iPhone with contact tracing.
Well, wait, you don't turn it on. It's all it comes
you
off.
don't have the app on your phone, right?
And that, but I still took it out the day after.
Didn't Google do the same thing?
Yeah, I think they did.
They can't. They haven't turned it on yet. They will. They both will. I know it's coming.
I thought they updated Play Services or something.
It's Play Services.
Holding it off as long as I can. That's all. That's all. But it was the contact tracing that made me take the SIM out of it. And I'm still doing my normal thing. My newest phone has my first line. My next newest phone has my second line. My next newest phone has my third line. So it was time. But the idea of contact tracing just bothers me. It bothers me a lot. I don't see me ever getting COVID-19, and I don't want anybody to say, "Well, you were in contact." I don't give a crap, especially at my age. It's like, "Well, you're older. You're in the danger." No.
Yeah, but George, I thought so. So Google didn't release it on Play Services.
Yeah,
I don't know if they released it on Play. I know they built something into 11, and that'll be on my Pixel 3a. But I don't know if they released it on Play Services. I just knew Apple did it first.
I thought they did it both at the same time.
I thought they did it together.
I thought they were doing it together
one day.
I thought you had to have an app that used it. You know what I mean? I thought you had to download an app.
That's my impression. I think with Google, you have to have an app that uses it, but I don't think that's true with the iPhone. I don't remember.
I haven't received anything telling me that I don't know.
No, you don't know.
If they really want to contact trace you, do they have to tell you? No, they don't.
Yeah, but then that defeats the purpose of the app, don't it? Isn't the whole thing supposed to be
you came in contact with somebody? That's not defeating the purpose.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. The purpose of the app is to tell me if I've been in contact, right?
No, I think the purpose of the app is to tell the government if you've been in contact. You're secondary, in my opinion. That's my opinion. I think the main thing is let the government know. Secondarily, let you know.
No, so let's let you know. To go
it's supposed to be to let you know to go get
But is that true? I don't think so.
Yeah, but George, so you think that Google cares more about you than Google? I'm sure baked it into everywhere. It's probably in Google Maps. It's probably everywhere.
I'm thinking
you should have put down the Android phone first.
You're going to have to do what they're told. My guess is even Apple and Google have to do what they're told.
Yo, exposure login. So, Will, I just found it. Okay, if you go to, hold on, I'm going back. Is it under privacy? Did I find it, or was it under health?
Let me check my.
Okay, go to privacy. It's privacy.
Privacy, as far as I remember.
Privacy, health.
Yeah.
And there it is. And it's off. It comes. It's off already.
And that was the first thing I checked too. But at some point, they're going to turn that on without you knowing it. Is my guess. You don't think so?
Wait, who's on the beta for Android? Somebody's got to see if their beta has this thing on it.
I am, but I don't even have my Pixel 3 on right now.
Gary, are you on the beta?
Let's see.
You see what Gary said? See, George.
So the app let him know.
And Gary, we know Gary don't have an iPhone.
No, he's gotten that from the Pixel. Okay.
So they're probably already tracking you.
I don't care if my neighbor has COVID-19.
No, but what I'm saying is, what
other than praying,
you're concerned about with the iPhone is already happening on Google, and you're using 3 Google phones.
But I think that's coming from Android 11, isn't it? Not Android 10.
It's coming from Play Services. They updated it from Play Services because if they were just doing it with Android 11, nobody would have.
They would have updated.
Because nobody's on Android 11.
You're right.
Except the Pixel people.
Play Services. Well, in any case, just my paranoia, so I'll live with it.
Yeah,
I'm so sick and tired of hearing that. Well, anybody over 60, anybody over 70, I will fight
COVID. Anybody with COVID,
way more than any of you will. I would bet I'd be the last person on earth to get COVID because my immune system is that strong.
George, if you go to Florida again, you can go on the beach.
Oh yeah.
You'll get COVID.
As long as he's on his bike, he could cycle. He could cycle faster than COVID. COVID can't catch him while he's on his bike.
Everybody around me had the flu. I never got the flu. My body will fight it off. I'm telling you.
George, I don't know about COVID, George. I don't know.
George doesn't need a mask. He needs his hat.
COVID.
He just bends his head down and covers his face.
COVID is
today I was going into Walmart. So as I'm going in, I'm taking my mask out of the package. And I said to the guy, I need a package that's easy to get this thing. So I put the mask on. Well, 2 teenagers go by and she didn't have a mask on. And he said, Miss. And she said, oh, I forgot it. But as I'm walking through the door, he's radioing inside to tell somebody that she's coming in there without a mask. So they're taking this stuff very seriously. Yeah.
COVID is different, George. I hope you don't never get it.
Yeah. Walmart's gonna need.
We'll need you to test your immune system.
I think what you're missing is COVID. Yes, is different. I think you're missing how different I am. That's what I think you're missing.
Yeah, George is saying I'm built different. George says he's built different.
I have spent 37 years building this immune system up to where it is. It's not going to catch something. Let me put it this way. If a 20-year-old don't catch it, I guarantee you I'm not catching it.
George,
20-year-olds have been catching it though. What?
20-year-old doctors, lawyers, everybody, movie stars, people that probably ain't even been out their house done got COVID. COVID don't care.
The percentage of people that have gotten COVID throughout the entire country, it's still under 1% to this day.
George, you see how many people
are never going to get it.
I wouldn't be, George. Don't be so confident. Just make sure you keep your mask on. Don't ask for it.
If you don't mind, I'll stay as confident as I am.
Hey Google,
Plus, I've got Jesus on my side. I think he can trump anything COVID's got.
George, pastors and everybody done got COVID.
According to Wikipedia.
So you make it sound like everybody in the country has.
They haven't. Thank God everybody didn't get it, but it ain't nothing to do with, I don't know, George.
It is 1%. There's 3 million cases.
1%. So I'm going to think, I'm scared I'm going to be in the 1%. No, I'm not walking around like that. That's just not going to happen. I'm never going to be scared of it.
It's the 1% that rules America. It's the 1% that rules America. That's a heavy 1%.
Oh, I'm glad you ain't get it, George. I'm glad.
So am I, and I'm grateful every day. But
I'm glad you ain't get it. Just make sure you be careful.
It's just not going to happen.
Just be careful, George. That's all.
I'm not going to go kiss anybody. You can count on that.
Keep your mask on, and
I keep my mask on whenever I walk into a store.
All right.
Last week, Eleanor and I went out to eat. We walked into the restaurant with masks on, but as soon as we sit down, we're allowed to take it off. I mean, how stupid is that?
Yeah, but George, you wanted to go eat. They didn't tell you to go eat.
I didn't say they told me to go eat, but why make me wear it from the door to the table and then take it off at the table? It's either one or the other. In my
how are you going to eat?
That is true.
I know. Then don't make me wear it into the restaurant.
George, it is stupid. But George, the business. No, but the business is looking out for themselves. They don't care about you. They want to make money. It's your decision if you want to go eat.
It's your decision if you want to go to Disney World.
The business is doing what the government tells them. And I'm with you guys. I am all for the business. I want to see them make money. I agree.
That's like me. I'm not going out there.
I don't want them to make money at the expense of my health, though.
Yeah, but that's why I said, that's why you was like, I'm going to eat at home. Because it ain't worth, you know what I mean? Like, look, there's a restaurant. I don't know if you've seen it on the news, Mike. Not too far from where we at. The guy in the worker got COVID, and all the people going in there to eat. Like, it's not worth it.
Which one's
this? Stay home.
Mac Bancos. Did you see about Mac Bancos?
No, but that's another one. What happened over there?
Yeah, the 3 employees got COVID. So they changed their policy, and instead of handing out slices, you get a whole pizza pie.
That's a pizza place?
Yeah, at the Jersey Shore.
Now, I can see where that might scare people more.
It ain't worth it to me. Yeah, I just won't eat out. I'll save the money and not eat out.
I'll probably eat out again tomorrow.
Because you don't know you don't see, George, that's the thing. You don't know if the worker might have COVID and they like, well, it's just a little cough. I ain't saying I got it because then I can't work. You know what I mean? It's no.
Actually, it wasn't my girlfriend actually celebrated our anniversary last weekend, and we just went to the barbecue place. We ordered, and we did takeout. Then we went to a secluded lake. So
I'd rather eat at home. I don't need to sit at their table and hope that everybody don't got COVID. No.
Yeah,
I'm
not
going to sit like that. Period. So.
I mean, did you? What was it? What state was it? Georgia. Georgia.
Brian,
governor. Yeah, the governor of Georgia was suing the mayor of Atlanta for
making them wear masks.
I'm like,
well, the governor he came out today and said he's not going to make everybody in Georgia wear a mask because it's unenforceable, and he's probably right about that.
It's what it is, unenforceable. Just
how you going? It's unenforceable to have the cops go after them. That's the point of these.
No, it's not. The cops don't have to go after them. Just see it outside. Like, hey, why do I see your mouth? Why do I see your mouth? And just write a $20 ticket. There you go.
Do you know what the ratio of people to cops is?
So a lot of $20 tickets. Does that stop parking tickets from happening? Does that stop traffic tickets?
You know what? The people who don't want to wear the mask, they should just get COVID. That should be the end of it. Just let them get COVID. Because I'm sorry. That's George, you gotta think about it. That's dumb. If they're telling you to wear a mask, it's not like they're taking away something from you.
There's still an argument throughout the country about is the mask helping you or not helping you. It's helping you more.
Still doctors that say the other way. It's helping you more than it's hurting you, and if it's not helping you, it's helping the person next to you because it's still keeping. It's still keeping.
About the people who have breathing problems that have to wear it for 8 hours a day on their job. Because I know one, and so do you.
So what about them?
She has to wear it all day long. She comes home sick every time she does an 8-hour shift because she's been wearing that mask.
But if I had that kind of a problem, I would get taken out of work. I would let my doctor write me out of work.
The doctor does not have to take her out of work. All the doctor has to do is give her the note, and work will have to let her work without the mask. But she doesn't want to go to the doctor.
But see, then you gotta weigh the options. Am I going to work without a mask and possibly get it, or go out of work? But if it was me, I would be like, take me out of work for the next however many weeks, and then I'll revisit it if the thing has died down. But I gotta wear a mask for 8 hours.
She was out of work, I think. She was furloughed for like 3 weeks, and she had a real hard time paying bills. So I can see why she wants to work.
I can't.
I mean, I wasn't here to take up the slack. Now I'm here. At least I can take up the slack, so it's not a problem.
Yeah, I don't know. But
Now, what is Gary saying? Governor can't rule out the mayor when it comes to the city. And I agree. Yeah, that's probably true. I mean, if the mayor is the mayor of the city, then you can't tell him what to do, him or her, what to do in that city. And I agree with that. Yeah. So they just view things differently. That's all.
yeah, I don't know. But I hope you don't never get COVID, George.
I hope
I hope you don't get it. I really do.
Because you've seen it yourself. You've seen it firsthand, Will, right? You've seen it firsthand.
We've had a couple people die. Yeah, COVID ain't no joke. COVID ain't no joke, George. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Well, I've had somebody die this year in my arms from cancer, so trust me, that wasn't so easy either. Because I had to take her off the bed after she died.
Yeah. Yeah. You took her what? Took her off the bed?
I was doing what the emergency person told me. Yes, I had to take her out of the bed and lay her on the floor to make sure she wasn't breathing anymore.
Yeah. That's terrible.
Yeah, it was not fun. That's never happened to me before. Hopefully never again. Yeah. Elizabeth Torres is in here. Glad you are here.
Oh.
Look at Gary. He says, I have not been to a buffet since March.
No. Now that, well, actually, I have been to one buffet since I've been back. That's true.
There's a buffet open?
Yes. I think we were there maybe the day after they reopened, so that would have been middle of June.
I don't know if any is open around here.
But I don't think, I mean, you guys in Jersey have had it much more seriously than Tennessee has. That's for sure. So,
yeah, we have had it pretty bad.
Many more cases. So.
Yeah, it's been pretty bad here in Dallas as well. Texas in general.
Yeah. Oh, we got Brian in here. What's going on, Brian? What we got? One more story, right?
What do we got?
Huawei 5G. And didn't you slip another story in it for this?
I think that's the one, ain't it? Ain't that the one that I put in there?
Let me take a look. Was this the last story? I don't think so. Oh, wait.
Ooh, I can hear that keyboard.
Here's the story. Oh, wait.
Tech CEO.
No, this is the next to the last one.
I didn't even find the other one then. I got to go back and find it.
You slipped the one in about the EU taxes behind this one.
Oh, okay. I got to pull that one up then. That one didn't show up on my thing.
Anyway, I have this one ready to go. Mike, you going to take this one?
With the 5G one?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was looking at other stories too. I was the
tech CEO got murdered. I was looking at that story too. I was like, damn.
Yeah, you saw that one on Twitter.
Right, which story are we going with now? Come on now.
I'm going with the Huawei 5G kit.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know it was called a kit until I read this story.
Oh.
Now, I guess this is coming out of England.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, and if Nigel's still here, if he's still here, please chime in because this is dealing in his country.
Yeah, but they have until 2027 to get this done. Right. So.
Well, I'm just curious if he feels like does Huawei pose a threat to his country.
Well, I know he already has 5G in his town where he lives. He's had it for a few months.
Quite a few, yes.
What's that like, Nigel? Let us know.
Huawei 5G kit must be removed from UK by 2027. UK mobile providers are being banned from buying new Huawei 5G equipment after December 31st, and they must also remove all the Chinese firms' 5G kit from their networks by 2027. Digital Secretary Oliver Dowling told the House of Commons of the decision. It follows sanctions imposed by Washington, which claims the firm poses a national security threat, something Huawei denies. Mr. Dowling said the supply ban would delay the UK's 5G rollout by a year. The technology promised faster internet speeds and the capability to support more wireless devices, which should be a boon to everything from the mobile gaming to higher quality video streaming and even in time driverless cars that talk to each other. 5G connections are already available in dozens of UK cities and towns, but coverage can be sparse. Mr. Down added that the cumulative costs of the moves, when coupled with the earlier restrictions announcement against Huawei, could be up to £2 billion, if I'm understanding that term there. The total delay to 5G rollout of 2 to 3 years. This has not been an easy decision, but is the right one for the UK telecom networks, for our national security and our economy, both now and indeed in the long run, he says. Because the U.S. sanctions only affected future equipment future equipment, the government has been advised there is no security justification for removing 2G, 3G, and 4G equipment supply by Huawei. However, when swapping out the company's masts, towers likely to switch to various vendors to provide the earlier generation services. Huawei said the move was bad news for anyone in the UK with a mobile phone, and threatened to move Britain into the digital slow lane, pushing up bills and deepening digital divide. The action, however, does not affect Huawei's ability to sell phones to consumers or how they will run it. China's ambassador to the UK said in the decision was disappointing and wrong. It has become questionable whether the UK can provide an open and fair, non-discriminatory business environment for companies from other countries, tweeted
Li Xiaomi.
Thank you. Thank you for being my interpreter, George. But U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. Thank you. I've heard that name before. Welcomed the news, saying the UK joins a growing list of countries from around the world that are standing up for their national security by prohibiting the use of untrusted high-risk vendors. Broadband switch. Now restrictions will also apply to the company's broadband kit. Operators are being told that they should transition away and purchase new Huawei equipment for use in the full fiber networks, ideally within the next 2 years. Mr. Downs said the government would embark on a short technical consultation with industry leaders about this. He explained that the UK needed to avoid becoming dependent on Nokia, which is currently the only other supplier used for equipment, and he wanted to avoid unnecessary delays to the government's gigabit for all by 2025 pledge. BT's OnReach division, OpenReach division told BBC that, in fact, it recently struck a deal to buy full fiber network kit from a new supplier, the U.S. firm Adtran.
Adtran, I never heard of them.
Yeah, but first deliveries would start in 2021. Reading on here, excuse me. The UK last reviewed Huawei's role in telecom infrastructure in January, when it was decided that to let the firm remain a supplier but introduce a cap on its market share.
Yeah, I remember when that happened.
But in May, the U.S. introduced new sanctions designated to disrupt Huawei's ability to get its own chips manufactured. The Trump administration claims that Huawei provides a gateway for China to spy on and potentially attack countries that use its equipment. Suggestions the company strongly rejects. What am I missing here?
Nothing. No, you're good. Oh, I don't know.
So I was like, oh no,
Just Will being Will.
What Gary do now?
Man. Yeah, it's Gary. It's always Gary.
The troublemaker. Okay. The sanctions led security officials to conclude that they no longer assure the security of its products if the company had to start sourcing chips from third parties for its equipment. The minister cited a review carried out by the GCHQ's National Cybersecurity Center as being the motivation for the changes. NSC has said that Huawei products adapted to use third-party chips would be likely to suffer more security and reliability problems. But other political considerations are also likely to have also come into play, including the UK's desire to strike a deal with the US and growing tensions with China over handling of COVID virus.
Covana.
Again, I got that Covana thing again. Outbreak and its treatment of Hong Kong. Some backbench Tory MP. What's MP stand for? I forget now.
Member of Parliament.
Okay.
Thank you.
Tory, I've heard before. Has pressed for a shorter time span for its removal. In particular, there has been calls for 5G ban to come in effect before the next election in May in 2024. However, Mr. Dallin said that the shorter we make the timetable for removal, the greater risk of actual disrupting a mobile phone networks. BT and Vodafone have warned that consumers could face mobile blackouts if they were forced to remove all Huawei 5G kit in less time.
True, because British Telecom and Vodafone are the two biggest carriers in Europe.
Does someone want to pick it up from here?
I'll take it. Labor Shadow Technology Minister Chi Onwar said the government was incapable of sorting this mess out on their own. It had refused to face reality and been incomprehensively negligent in allowing matters to get to this point, she added. And a task force of experts now needed to be created. Hopes on the part of government that this decision may put the Huawei issue to bed may be optimistic. The reason that we are here again, despite a decision in January, is because one of the key players, the U.S., played a new card in the form of sanctions. That's true. And there's still time between now and legislation coming to Parliament in autumn for others to do the same, whether conservative backbenchers or Beijing. In the long run, many countries will be watching carefully how China reacts. Will it feel it needs to punish the UK in order to discourage others from following its lead on 5G? Or will it want to avoid being seen as a bully and prefer to try and influence the decision more subtly? Whatever the case, the Huawei story in the UK is not over yet. Huawei says it employs about 1,600 people in the UK and claims to be one of Britain's largest sources of investment from China. The firm, whose shares are not publicly traded, does not provide a regional breakdown of its earnings. But on Monday, it announced a 13% rise in sales for the first half of 2020 compared to the same period in 2019, totaling 454 billion yuan. I don't know how to say that. So it looks like, was it 51 million pounds? 51 million pounds, I guess. The UK will have accounted for a fraction of that. The firm's UK chief recently noted that Huawei had only deployed a total of 20,000 5G base stations, the radio receiver transmitter equipment fitted to a mast in the UK so far. By contrast, it expects to deliver a total of 500,000 globally this year. Even so, what the firm fears and Washington hopes is that other countries will now follow Westminster's lead with bans of their own. Despite there seeming little chance of a U-turn, Huawei said it was still urging UK ministers to reconsider. We will conduct a detailed review of what today's announcement means for our business here, and will work with the UK government to explain how we can continue to contribute to a better connected Britain, spokesman Ed Brewster said. Shortly before the announcement, Sky News revealed that Lord Brown, Huawei's UK chairman and the ex-chief executive of BP, British Petroleum, would be leaving the Chinese company before his term had expired. It said he had given his notice a few days ago and would formally step down in September. Obviously, he knew it was coming. Lord Brown had led efforts to improve the company's image in the UK and had tried to prevent a ban. He has been central to our commitment here dating back 20 years, and we thank him for his valuable contributions, said Huawei, confirming the report. Industry reaction. British Telecom is said to be the telecoms operator most affected by the decision, given it runs both the EE mobile network and OpenReach. I never heard of OpenReach, which provides fixed line infrastructure to individual internet providers. We need to further analyze the details and implications of this decision before taking a view of potential costs and impacts, it said. The move should, however, benefit Nokia and Ericsson, which are the two other main 5G kit vendors. We have the capacity and expertise to replace all of the Huawei equipment in the UK's networks at scale and speed with minimal impact on the people using our customers' networks, said Nokia. Ericsson added, today's decision removes the uncertainty that was slowing down investment decisions around the deployment of 5G in the UK, and we stand ready to work with the UK operators to meet their timetable. However, both firms manufacture some of their 5G equipment in China, which has also caused concern in Washington. In June, the U.S. Department of Defense published a list of 20 companies that claim had close ties to the Chinese military. It included Panda Electronics, the firm which Ericsson jointly runs as a manufacturing facility in the Chinese city of Nanjing. A lot of companies assemble equipment or have some type of manufacturing in China. Ericsson's head of corporate communications, Peter Olofsson, told the BBC when asked about this. Our trade compliance people have looked at this and they concluded that it's not something that has an impact on Ericsson or our operations. Ultimately, Huawei believes that this was a political decision and not a business one. And if the political winds change, then Huawei's fortunes may too. My understanding is that a longer time frame for the removal of its 5G kit from UK networks was a relatively desirable outcome for Huawei. So even though no new Huawei UK equipment can be bought by UK mobile carriers after the end of this year, the fact that the UK has until 2027 to remove Huawei's 5G kit from all of its network could be seen as a potential positive. I agree. A new U.S. administration in November could markedly change Washington's position on Huawei. So for Huawei, playing the long-term game makes sense. And one thing that was crystal clear to me from meeting Rang Zhenfei, the company's founder, is that he's a fighter. Nothing he has said indicates he is willing to give up. For now, though, the immediate impact of the UK decision will be seen as a signal from Washington's campaign on Huawei has worked, and the Chinese firm will not want that replicated in other countries around the world. Now, of course, everybody seems to keep ignoring the fact that Japan had done this a long time ago along with the US, and so had Australia. But nobody ever brings it up. I don't know why. Now, to me, the dumbest thing in this whole article was the fact that one of the people in Parliament said, well, we need to get the stuff removed faster. Well, they also have 4G, 3G, and 2G equipment from Huawei in there. How are you going to get out any faster without disruption? To me, that was a stupid thing to say, you know. So, and I agree. It makes sense for Huawei that it till 2027 because that means if things change, they could be right back in there without having to remove so much. So, the whole thing kind of makes sense. But, my guess is every time the U.S. wants to tell somebody, well, you need to stop using Huawei, they can point to Japan and Australia also and say, well, they're with us. And they're probably right.
Mm-hmm. Then what does that remind me of? Like George Bush, the coalition of armies?
Oh, yeah, you got a good point. That's good, Ted.
I got a coalition of armies.
Yeah, you got a coalition of techies.
Coalition of techies.
All right, we got one more story left.
No?
Really? George, that was it.
Oh, no, the EU one, the Apple winning
the EU Apple battle
already.
No, we haven't read that yet.
Oh.
I'm supposed to be the old fart here, not you. I'm the one that's supposed to forget 10 minutes ago.
I don't know.
All right, I'm sharing the screen. Who's taking it? Ted, you taking it or Will you taking it?
All right, Ted, you want it or you want me to read it?
Yeah, you can get it. Well, get it.
All right, I got it.
9 to 5 Mac.
Apple wins legal battle against EU order to recover $15 billion in Ireland tax keys.
I'm with Apple on this one, by the way.
In 2016, Apple was ordered to pay 13 billion euros to Ireland as a repayment for back taxes at a rate that the EU deemed was illegal. Both Apple and Ireland appealed the judgment. 4 years on, the first round of legal battles have come to a conclusion today. The EU court rejected the ruling, which essentially means Ireland and Apple won. However, the EU Commission will almost certainly appeal. A final decision on a corporate judgment of this scale will take many, many years to resolve. The European Union order was based on the premise that Apple's low tax rate deal with Ireland was selective and not offered to other companies, giving Apple an unfair advantage. Today's ruling said that the Commission had failed to show that Apple had been granted an economic advantage. Remember, this case is about back taxes, and the low tax rate deal between Apple and Ireland was agreed more than 20 years ago.
That's right.
When Apple was a much smaller company. Whilst Apple will be happy with the victory, Ireland faces political contention. In the midst of economic recession, critics of the government in Ireland believe the country should be wanting the tax windfall, which will give a sharp boost to the country's revenue. Apple and other big tech firms have been widely criticized for using complicated business structures to achieve very low tax rates in certain regions. For instance, almost all of Apple's European operations funnel through Ireland. This means that Apple pays almost no taxes in individual European countries like the UK. Apple's worldwide effective tax rate is around 20%. There are ongoing conversations between countries and governments as to how to redistribute the tax so multinational corporations like Apple pay roughly equal proportions of tax in every country where they operate. Well, that's good for Apple.
I'm happy for Apple
and Ireland.
Case, and Ireland. Yeah, I agree. Shucks. Am I still there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay.
Fat finger to button.
Now I have a screen that goes black once in a while, but that's okay. Okay, now I can see this again, I think. Yeah, okay, here we go.
Yeah, that's
good. I mean, they signed it that long ago, so you can't be mad at them now.
Yeah, it's 20 years ago, man. Come on. But you see, the
iPhone wasn't even out yet. That's
exactly.
How long ago was it? That shows you how different Apple was back then.
Well, one reason I'm on Apple's side too is, you can say what you want about the greed of our politicians, but because of all the stories I've written on my website about the EU, I think their politicians are like the greediest people on earth, and they want to get to the pocket of any successful company that's making money in Europe.
So, just asking, because we're talking about Apple and making money and stuff.
Right.
What do you guys feel about this whole brouhaha over chargers and what else they're taking out? The charging bricks?
The charger and the earphones. The charger, I
phones.
don't think anybody can really care about the charger.
Yeah, didn't we discuss this last week?
Everybody,
It's not even that they
has,
care. Nobody's not going to do anything. What they're going to do? Nothing. It's going to buy the phone.
No,
Twitch,
but you know why, Ted? It's because, like I think it was Gary saying that it's just for them to be able to say, like, okay, now my price was justified. You know what I mean? Like, they did give me a charger. Even though most people don't use them. Like, the charger stays in the box because most people already have a charger.
Yeah.
Like, if they act like if Apple gives you that slow charger, people are going to be like, okay, like, I feel better now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like, they're still giving you the charger that they had from the first iPhone or whatever, the second or third iPhone. Like, who cares at this point? Just let it go. Everybody got one now. Who doesn't have a charger?
Yeah, I agree.
Some kind of charger that'll connect to it. Even if you don't have the USB-C one, you got what's the other one? USB-A? What do you think, Mike? What do you think about it? No, you know the one that the computer used to have. USB-C is the new one.
Does it's funny because I was thinking about what Karl Pay was some of the stuff that we were talking about with the OnePlus phone and how much stuff costs and how much it doesn't cost and where it passes on to the consumer. So in the end of it all, there's going to be no real savings. If anything, the price of the phone, still $1,000 iPhone. Right?
Well, no, Mike, you got to remember, you got to go all the way back down, go to the iPhone, let's say 12. So the iPhone 11, I think it was $700. Was it $699? Okay. So if this phone comes out and it's the same price, even though I'm hearing it might be $50 more than the other one, but let's say it's the same price, or if it's cheaper, was it? You know what I mean? Let's say they keep it the same because they're going to put LiDAR if we go to the Pro model, right?
Okay.
So you're going to say they're charging more for the LiDAR, and I think the design of the phone changed, and supposedly Face ID is shrinking. So if they do all those things and the phone price stays the same, are you going to be mad that there's no charger? You know what I mean? Versus getting the charger where the price might have went up. Right. Not that the charger costs that much, but and then you can just buy a charger. Like if you need a charger, just buy one.
No, just buy a charger. Be done with it.
The charger. I mean, it comes with the cord. So buying the brick. What is the brick like?
And what about the then what about like they're pushing people to wireless charging? No,
they're not because it comes with the cord. It's coming with the cord.
Well, why not cut out the cord?
Because then people will really go crazy. Well,
that's true.
Cord out too? Oh my God! Right. No cord and no charging.
I agree with Will 100%.
It'll be the end of the world. People will really be mad.
Yeah.
But people are still going to leave the cord in the box. The cord ain't going to come out the box because everybody got a lightning cable. You get
a piece of junk. I see a lot of times people talk about it.
Oh no, they're saying that this year they're going to be braided cables.
Oh,
yeah, which will be a lot better because let's face it, they as all get out.
Yeah, the ones they give you, I see everybody's, and then I see the end result. They got freaking what tape on it. You know what I mean?
But you know what?
Together. What's that?
No, he's cut out.
What? Wait a minute. Can't hear you. Wait, iPod dropped out.
I had no issues with my.
That's right. I'm having issues with my camera. Are you guys seeing me in the chair at all?
No.
No, the chair is empty, right?
I thought you disappeared, George.
No, I'm going to.
We played.
How'd you do that, George?
I'm going to switch camera. Yeah, you're going to see my green screen behind me, I think.
Holy cow!
Okay, there you go.
Wow.
Okay. Now I want to see if I can. I want to see if I can turn it back on.
That's pretty cool. You were like gone.
What sorcery is this?
That surprised me actually.
You stumbled across something you didn't know you had.
No, what it was when my this one screen goes out every once in a while, and I pulled out the wrong cord, and that's what caused this. But I want to see if it'll come back by itself or not. Probably not. So I may have to finish up like this. We'll see how it goes. Okay.
No, it just made me start thinking about the tax that they won the case, and then your guys were talking about money and all. I'm like going, well, let's go, let's touch base on that a little bit, So, what do you got? Okay, my next question for you. All of a sudden, I got questions for you. What do you think? Anybody going to miss Sprint when it goes away in August? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to miss Sprint. But keep in mind, before I started doing YouTube, I was with Sprint for 11 years, so they got plenty of money out of me.
And when you started doing tech, you switched to T-Mobile, George?
Yeah, because of the network. Because
because it was easy to switch SIM cards when you're
because the world is on what do you call it?
GSM.
Yes, GSM and Sprint and Verizon, they just refused. So it was just a lot easier for me to switch. I have loved T-Mobile ever since I came to it, so I have no complaints whatsoever. So,
any worries about the Sprint going away and it changed to T-Mobile? You guys got any worries?
Yeah, wait till they drop. Wait till they raise the price.
No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm expecting when that promise 3 years is up, I'm expecting the prices will go up, but we'll see. That's my only worry.
We're grandfathered in, so I don't expect to change my plan.
I hope so. Listen, I'm going to leave the studio and try to come back in, all right?
All right.
All right.
Oh, here we go. We got a tour of Ted here. We got a tour of Ted Tours.
Mike.
Yo.
On your iPhone, what did you get? A USB what?
My iPhone.
The cable. Was it?
You got the light. You got the
lightning.
USB-A to Lightning.
Yeah.
Oh, so it still is the USB-A. Okay.
Yeah, I had the regular setup. I got they were headphones.
No,
and charging.
I think the AirPod Pros, those come with the USB-C to Lightning, right?
Because Brian was saying that the reason people are mad is because if they're coming from Android to iPhone, they won't have a cable that'll connect. But I thought that I forgot what my iPhone came with. I guess I don't know.
What about the AirPod Pros? Did those come with the USB-C to Lightning?
They come with a USB-C.
Yeah.
I think my iPhone came with a USB-C cable.
It's the Pro. It's the iPad Pros and the AirPod Pros. Those come with USB-C to Lightning.
Yeah. I think my phone did too, though.
You sure?
I think. I got to look at the box and see.
Yeah, look at the box. It's probably still in the box.
No, it's not in the box, but I got to look at it. I think it came with a fast charger, I thought. I don't know. Because when I used my iPhone at first, I had a fast charger all the time. I don't have no small ones. My kids got small ones, but they got the 7 Plus. But there goes George again.
I'm back.
No, hey, look at here.
Yeah, see, the 11 Pro Max came with a USB-C. So yeah, I guess unless they make them all come with USB-C to Lightning.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, look at George. You got your backgrounds. You're there in the chair.
Yes, I am.
You didn't disappear.
Exactly. I'm much more cheerful now.
Okay.
He was thinking about that when he was gone.
What are you doing? You just rocking your camera back and forth? What are you doing?
It's Ted Tours.
He's making me dizzy.
I'm adding some dynamics.
You can have like 5 spin-off channels. Ted Tours, Ted Eats.
Looks like you're disco dancing or something.
Ted Thoughts, Ted Tours.
There you go.
Ted's Tea.
You know what? Ted's Thoughts. That's a good name. That's what you should.
That is a good name. That is a very good. I like that. Good one, Will.
There you go.
That's a very good one.
I want permission on that. Then you could put the little thinking bubble on your.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, Google.
And a little
Remind
brain
me
thing
in
next
3
to it.
weeks about Ted's Thoughts.
That's very good, Will. I like that.
Look at Ted using Google. I got
Ted,
Google your mom's a whore.
Oh.
Yep.
Ted, you need to give Will a finder's fee for that. You know.
I'll plug it as a job. Cause my current name is just clashing with TED Talk.
Exactly.
TED Talk.
Yeah. When I was looking for your channel, I kept finding people talking.
I think TED Talks is excellent. Excellent.
Yeah, Mike, I got my Google Home Hub the other day. Finally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine is right over here. I have another one that I haven't even taken out of the box.
And it was free, so I can't complain.
No.
That was the free. That's right. You got the free one. I forgot about that.
Hey, what did you get from Google again? You got the Google Home what?
I got the Hub.
Oh.
The one with the screen, but I got the regular one with no camera. Me and George were arguing about that when it came out.
A long time ago. That's true. Yeah,
I said,
true.
George, this should have a camera because they got Duo. And then 6 months later, here comes the new Nest Hub Max with a camera.
With
Right.
the camera. That's true. That's true.
That's how they do it.
But you know, it's funny. Even with the original one, they were always bugging me to
use Duo.
make a duo call. Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you just use your phone?
Yeah. Exactly.
That's Google.
Yeah.
But one thing I must say, every time I use Duo, I'm very happy with it. Yeah.
I love Duo. I absolutely love Duo and using them.
Yeah.
If I can ever, I do it. Actually, we're more of our family members. I know my son, my his girlfriend. We get to see our grandson that
Cool.
way, and they do it by mom. So,
How far are they from you?
my son,
Couple minutes.
yeah,
No, your grandson.
my grandson is. I know they're like 3-4 towns over.
Okay.
Tech. What is that? Ted. Like.
What's this?
Looks like he makes videos with Keystone Tech.
Oh, Gary.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all that shaking around.
you know what? Wasn't Jerome supposed to do that with the 237?
Yeah, I don't know what he's going on there.
Wrong supposed to do what?
Jerome was supposed to do a live stream with him.
Hey, you never saw Keystone Tech, did you?
Hey, you guys didn't do a Sunday broadcast, right? You and Jerome.
No,
Okay.
no, we didn't do it yet. No.
Didn't think I would miss it because I'd get notified.
Yeah.
All right, so now we are officially out of stories, right?
Yeah, I think we're done. So who's got it next week?
Mike. It's always you
Sure.
after Will. Okay.
Sure.
All right, so
I'm up for it.
Flip the format.
With what?
What's that?
Are you gonna flip the format? Are we getting Joker?
I don't know. I gotta see. I gotta see. I don't know.
You know how he likes to surprise us. As
Yeah.
much as
You don't even got to do that much, but just do it. Just come up with a different format. You
Yeah.
don't need the videos. I know that.
I haven't been. I've been.
Look at Ted. He's doing it again.
He's doing it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I don't know. Might just keep on a
Keep us on our toes. Yeah.
Yeah, keep us on his toes. Yeah.
Keep us off the slat. Yeah. Oh.
Outfit. Hair.
Yeah.
So.
We're still waiting on that makeup, Mike.
Oh no.
Notice I purposely kept my mouth shut about it tonight.
No.
so
Yeah. Thank you. No, I'm not. No, it's just getting cool now up here. Okay.
If you watch Mike's video from the other day, you'll know the makeup is not happening.
No, it's not happening. So between Ted, Keystone,
we gotta talk, Mike. I forgot about it. We gotta talk about that.
we gotta talk.
Video that I saw that Ted didn't see. You never explained the situation.
Oh.
So at some point on some Friday, I'm expecting we're going to all get on there and hear that Will had his hamburger.
Oh yeah.
No, listen.
Maybe we'll all do a live stream together at some burger joint outside. It'd be a nice night.
Yeah, that would work.
That would be interesting.
All right, Ted, we're seeing your mouth and that's about it. And your beard.
Yes.
Oh man.
All right, let's go because Ted weird stuff with his camera.
You got the feeling that Ted's going to get crazier and crazier as we go, right?
Yeah, we're losing sunlight, guys. Like my window, like my video's gonna get darker and darker.
What happened? You got no electric in your place?
You see Gary's comment, don't you?
He's a minimalist. You don't have no.
Oh, okay.
We'll take a look at Gary's comment. Yeah.
Ashiest video.
Yes, Brian, burger for the win, definitely.
All right, folks.
All right, George. The next one on Mike's channel.
All right. This will be on the Joker's channel. And we're very grateful for everybody that came in tonight. As Gary, we love you despite your war personality.
Gary's crazy.
I like that guy. Anyway, thanks for coming in, folks.
All right.
Thanks for watching Ted's disco dance or whatever it is.
Yeah. living in an earthquake or something.
There you go.
Well, everybody have a good weekend.
All right. Have a blessed weekend, everybody.
See you now.
Bye, guys.